Welcome to Xinhua Live. This is Peng with Xinhua News Agency reporting from Florence in Italy. As China has resumed its outbound group tour at the beginning of this year, many Chinese tourists are preparing to back to Italy. Join us today to find out how Italian people are gearing up to welcome the Chinese people back. Florence is a city in central Italy. It's considered by many academics of its birthplace of the Renaissance. What's more, Florence is a popular destination for Chinese tourists. The pre-pandemic number of the Chinese tourists in Italy was significant. According to the Italian National Institute of Statistics, Italy receives more than 5.3 million Chinese tourists in 2019 before the pandemic, ranking one of the most visited European countries by the Chinese tourists that year. In 2018, Chinese tourists have spent over 300 million euro in cultural holiday in Italy, and in 2019, China was the 11th market for Italy in terms of the total international arrivals. But in the past few years, Italy's tourism industry, particularly Florence, has suffered from the pandemic. According to the official statistics, in 2020, foreign visitors in Italy were 39 million overall, about 60% less than the previous year. So when China announced the resumption of the urban group tour earlier this year, the Italians are full of expectations. China has unveiled the second list of the 40 destinations to which travel agency and online tourist service providers can offer group tour from March 15. Italy is on the list. Many Italians believe that there is a big room for rebound of these tourists and other related industries as more Chinese tourists are coming. During these days, I've talked to some Italian people, especially the businessmen. They told me that Italy, as well as many other European countries, has been authorized as a destination for group tour from China. It's important news that they have been waiting for a long time. They list many features that could make an indispensable destination for Chinese tourists. Cities with historical monuments and shopping streets, nature wonders, and famous Italian lifestyle. They also believe that the influence of Chinese tourists will benefit not only Italy's traditional destinations such as Zhuo, Milano, Florence, and Venezia, but also new destinations such as Sicilia, some islands, or some small towns as new attractions. At present, many cities such as Rome and Milano in Italy have operated direct round-trip flights to many cities in China, including Beijing, Tianjin, Chongqing, Hangzhou, Shanghai, and so on. Now, let's find out some merchants here to find their opinions of the returning of the Chinese tourists. Let's go. Buongiorno, buongiorno. Come stai? I heard that what is your opinion of this, the returning back of the Chinese tourists? They will come here maybe just in a few days.
Actually, we are in contact with the major travel company. They ask to us to make a publicity on Chinese market. So they tell us the Chinese market is ready to come back in a big quantity in Europe. So that's what we expect, and we hope so very soon.
And before the pandemic, there's many Chinese tourists will come here to your shop. And what is your impression of them?
Yes, we are the largest leather place in Italy. So for tradition and experience, our place is becoming very well known to Chinese market. So of course for us is very, very important market because we have a lot of product to satisfy the Chinese mentality, elegant, quality, and price.
Mm-hmm. And how important to your business about the Chinese tourists?
Before the pandemic, very important, very important. More than 50% of our incoming was Chinese.
So did you mean to make some special preparation for the return of the Chinese tourism these days?
We actually, of course, notice Chinese market. They are very in advance on payment and all that kind of transaction. So we will be always ready for their needs, like, for example, the system of payment to be fast for Chinese people. Sometimes we are not slowly, but it's all the system in Italy is slowly compared for the modernity of a Chinese. But we try to be ready.
We can see that the manager believes the Chinese tourism market had great potential, and its impact on Italy's tourism industry could be significant. Now I've go to find the restaurant owner to see whether he has noticed the increase of the Chinese tourists. Let's go. The name of the restaurant is Finestella, and the owner name is Mr. Francesco. Let's go to find him. Hi, buongiorno. Buongiorno, come stai?
Molto bene, grazie.
Yeah. Have you noticed that the increase of the Chinese tourists since this year?
Yeah, a bit with especially with individual tourists, Chinese tourists.
And what is your impression of the Chinese tourists before the pandemic?
I mean, it was like a very important market for Italy and especially for Florence, for the city center. We used to have a lot of I used to have a lot of Chinese clients, and I think they were very interested in our food habits and try, our specialty, especially in this restaurant, Finisterre.
And did you think they are important to your business?
Yes. Yeah. We used to work a lot. Very important for us.
Have you then make some special preparation for the return of Chinese tourists this year?
Yes, we have some new dishes that I think gonna put in our menu for them. Yeah, like tortelli with pear and pecorino cheese, or some special sauce for the meat for them, maybe spicy, something like that. Yeah, to
feed their taste.
Yeah. For their taste, there is a little bit different compared to ours. Yeah.
Can you just give me an example that's compared to the other foreigner clients? What the different kind of the taste the Chinese tourists?
Yeah, they usually like to eat. For example, in Italy we used to eat the meat like simple, dry, without sauce. And for example, Chinese likes to also have sauce. Together with the meat, and this is something that we don't use here in Italy, but we are open to new concept, a new culture for the food, so we are happy to experiment also.
Compared to the past time that is the common Chinese tourists, have you just noticed that maybe there's more new generation Chinese come here to as a tourists, or just come by themselves, and still have this different between them? Have you noticed that?
Yeah, yes. As I said, we used to work a lot before the pandemic with Chinese, and at the beginning, I think they came and to try our specialty, our food habits. But now, what I see after the pandemic period, I see more individual, the Chinese tourists instead of a large group as before, and I think that maybe they are more aware about our culture, and they have more knowledge about what means Italian food. So they are probably more selective also, and this is good because push us to give a better quality, improve also our job even. So this I think is the difference, the knowledge and about Italian culture.
Okay.
That's good, I think.
Okay, ready. Thank you for you, and have a nice day. Bye bye.
Ciao.
Ciao.
Yes, hi, Chinese people. Welcome to the Florence. Come here for eat pizza. It's beautiful pizza. Look.
Italy has been renowned for fashion, making it a desirable destination for Chinese tourists. Now let's go to find the Italian fashion brand to check out its idea of the return of Chinese tourists. Let's go. Hi, come stai? Yeah. No, not bad.
Yeah, nice to meet you.
Yeah,
Welcome
really.
to Pinko.
Thank you. And what is your expression of the return of the Chinese tourists?
We all know that the years that we passed from the pandemic was very difficult for economy of all countries and as well Italian. Our incomes from Asian market, from Chinese market in 2018, 2019, before the COVID, was almost 80% of tax refunds in Pinko. What we are waiting from coming back tourism in Italy, in Florence this year. We're waiting it because we all the time had very close relationships with our customers from China. We're waiting again a lot of customers, a lot of Chinese tourists in Florence, because the Florence is open for you, the Pinko is all open for you, and we are waiting you. Thank you so much and see you this year.
In my interview, I can find that some Italians have noticed the changes in their business and tourism industry brought by the return of Chinese tourists. In the coming days, Chinese tour group will back to Italy. Italians are really looking forward to seeing them. Thank you for joining us today in Florence. See you next time. Bye-bye.